Give me your hand, Kay.
Oh, Miguel. Pick up the Victorian engagement ring, Miguel. Pick it up and give it to Kay.
You should be committed.
He did it, Simone. He picked up the ring. Yes. Look, Simone, it is exactly the same ring that I saw at the jewelry table. Isn't it beautiful?
It's really something.
You like it, Kay?
I love it. I'm just so surprised.
So it's a scrap of a newspaper from a place I never heard of. Big deal.
Harmony's a small seaside town in the Northeast. Hey, look over here. Somebody's got your name on the corner.
And who did that?
You folks from Harmony originally?
No, they said they were always from LA.
Could mean something.
What? A piece of a newspaper from the other side of the country with my name on it? Hey, just throw this mess away.
Hey, hold on, Chad. I mean, you know, it could be important.
Yeah, right. Like anyone here could mean something to me.
Did you hear that, Sam? It's Ivy's favorite song, too.
Yes. Yes.
I love it, too. Don't you, Julian?
Oh, it's a classic, all right, yeah.
I'm just surprised Sam likes it so much. Who would have thought our big, strong police chief would be caught dead listening to some old romantic love song?
Actually, I don't really listen to it much anymore.
Oh, but you used to. As a matter of fact, it was playing on the jukebox for our very first date. I will never forget the expression on Sam's face as he listened to it.
Really?
Although I reminded him of it the other day, and he said he didn't remember.
I remember everything about my life. Even things that happened many, many years ago. Past is a strange thing, isn't it? You think it's long buried, and then it comes rushing back at you when you least expect it, making old memories seem like they happened just yesterday.
Why does Julian Crane have an old news clipping of my father playing tennis?
So what do you think, Teresa? Would you like to come back and work here?
What? I can't believe you're asking me that.
You're right. I mean, I have no business asking you to come back to work here.
That's right, you don't.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
I had no idea you were thinking of buying this ring when I pointed it out to you, Miguel. I didn't even think you were listening to me.
Of course I was, Kay. I wanted to know what you'd pick out for yourself. I wouldn't have bought it if you didn't like it.
I love it. It's the most beautiful ring I've ever seen. It's classy, but not too showy, like me. And it fits my finger perfectly.
Oh, that's great. I've been putting a little money aside every week this summer for my job on the fishing boat.
All summer?
I was gonna buy a new chrome headlight for my motorcycle, but I realized this ring's more important to me. I mean, the second you pointed it out, I knew that's what I wanted to do.
I just can't believe it. I mean, it's what I wanted, but I never thought... Oh, you have made me so happy, Miguel. I will wear this ring forever.
I think men tend to keep the past more in the past than women. Don't you, Grace?
Well, I really couldn't say about most men, but I do know that Sam has the best memory of anyone I know.
You know, you never helped me sort out those boxes in the back.
Oh, it's all done, Sam. I figured it out.
Good. Then maybe Grace can finish that tour we started. I would love to see some of the arts and crafts.
I would love to show it to you. Here.
Julian,
Oh, Madame Rest.
I promised Abernathy's I'd bring you over for a quick hello.
Fine.
Promise it won't take but a minute.
What is with those damn cranes tonight? Especially Ivy.
What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, she just swans in here for the first time since I've lived here, and now she's acting like we're all just her long-lost best friends, especially Grace.
Everybody loves Grace.
Oh, yeah, of course, I know. It's just, well, from what I've heard about Ivy, she's a real ice queen, and she's not really the type to want to be on a first-name basis with any of us.
You know, first name, last name makes no difference to me. If I'd known the damn Cranes were gonna be here this evening, I'd have kept my butt at home. I know I'm not the only one.
Are you angry with me, Whitney?
No. It just surprised me when you suggested that Teresa might come back to work here.
Well, I mean, it's no wonder. I mean, it's a stupid idea, me asking Teresa to come back to work here after accusing her of stalking me. You have my permission to let me have it.
Ethan, I could never be angry at you. After all, I'm still responsible for what happened to you. Accidents or not, you still wound up dripping with paint and milkshakes and barbecue sauce, you name it.
Yes, and let's not forget, you name it.
I will always remember that night you walked into the fish cannery. I prayed I would never cause another accident, but then I slipped and hit that button and all those fish spilled out on top of you, and I couldn't believe my eyes.
You think you were surprised? I mean, I was just doing a routine inspection of Crane Industries when all of a sudden I'm swimming in fish parts.
And you tried to get up, but the floor was just too slippery.
I must have looked like something out of a Jerry Lewis movie. Okay?
Don't you think we should get going, Teresa?
Yeah, I've kept you here long enough. As far as you coming back to work here, Teresa,
Yes, Ethan.
well, I had the idea that you enjoyed working for my mother. I mean, not to mention the salary and the career opportunity it afforded you.
Working as your mother's personal secretary here in the mansion is my dream job.
Yeah, and I spoiled it for you by accusing you of stalking me. So I understand if you don't accept my offer. But at least think about it, Teresa. Excuse me. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Quinn.
Hello, darling. Hi.
Quinn, I'm so glad you're here. You never guess who's in the living room.
Who?
My stalker.
Forget it, Teresa. We are getting out of here right now.
All right.
Teresa?
I can't leave, Whitney. I've changed my mind. I am not leaving this house.
Well, now this is really quite a lovely piece.
Yes, and it was made by the woman standing right behind you.
I should have known. Pilar. It's divine. Thank you, Mrs. Crane. It is by far the nicest piece on this table. Oh, don't tell me I've just made a horrible blunder, didn't I? You made something on this table, Grace.
Yes, well, I made this Afghan.
Did you?
I know, it's kind of bright, isn't it?
I hadn't noticed. I just adore things like this. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that Grace is having such a good time with Ivy Crane. She's been wanting to meet her for the longest time. She's getting to spend more time with her than she ever dreamed.
I wish the Cranes would just leave. They think they're doing us a favor by being here.
TC, won't you open me something out back?
All right.
Don't you even come near me, Julia.
it, Miguel. I'll wear this ring forever.
But... Oh, I get it. Boy, you really had me going there for a second, Kay. Very funny to acting like you thought the ring was for you.
But...
You knew it was for charity all along.
Right, that was pretty good, wasn't it, Simone?
Yeah, funny.
Well, the reason I asked you to try it on was because I wanted to get an idea what it would look like on Charity's hand.
Right, yeah.
So, you still sure that you like it as much as you did when you saw it on the jewelry table?
I love it, Miguel.
So Whitney showed me the video, and so I finally realized Teresa was never stalking me. It was just a series of accidents.
But it was Teresa the whole time.
Yes, that's right.
Well, I don't understand why you didn't just say so earlier when Frank ripped off her disguise.
Well, I was worried that Teresa's mother, Pilar, might lose her job as our housekeeper. I'm glad I covered for her now that I know Teresa didn't mean any harm.
Ethan, these accidents that Teresa caused, do they happen around other people?
No, see, that's what's weird. She's only accident-prone around me.
Really? Why do you think that is? Why would you have that effect on her?
Beats me.
You promised we'd leave, Teresa. And there is no way you're gonna come back here and work in this mansion.
But Ethan asked me to.
So what? You have got a problem, Teresa. And his name is Ethan Crane. You know why you have all those accidents around him. Because you are in love with him.
But I am sure I'm past all those accidents. Like Ethan said, the curse has been lifted.
Let me explain something to you, Teresa. There are some people in this world who can't eat sugar or drink alcohol. There are others that are allergic to cats and flowers. You are allergic to Ethan. It's as simple as that.
It's not that simple, Whitney. You can't just fall out of love with someone.
I'm glad you like the ring, Kay. But the question is, will Charity like it?
I'm sure she will, Miguel, but it's a very serious kind of ring. Are you sure you and Charity are ready for that?
I know it's called a Victorian engagement ring, but I want to give it to Charity as a kind of friendship ring.
Oh, I get it.
You know, so when she wakes up, she can see she's not alone. She's got friends here in Harmony. And even though I paid for it, I was thinking I could say it was from all of her friends.
That's sweet.
You know, I figured Charity's gonna need all of us when she finds out her mom probably died in the fire. I really respect your opinion, Kay. I mean, after all, you and Charity are first cousins. You probably got a lot in common with her, and you don't even know it. So you're sure she'll like the ring?
Yeah, I'm sure she'll love it, Miguel. Here.
Thanks. I'll see you guys around.
This is the worst night of my entire life.
Hey, you won't be sorry if you buy a couple of those. My mother made them. They're the best in town.
Yeah, well, maybe later.
Hey, wait up. My name's Miguel Lopez Fitzgerald.
Chad Harris.
I don't think I've ever seen you around.
You haven't.
Well, I know practically everyone in Harmony. I could introduce you around if you want.
I always heard New Englanders weren't friendly.
You heard wrong.
You Hispanic?
Half. The Lopez half. Why?
Just surprised. I didn't expect to meet any Hispanics in New England.
You don't know much about New England, do you? And Harmony's a pretty mixed kind of town. You got people here?
No.
Where are you from?
L.A.
Yeah? What'd you do? Just pick up and leave? What about school? Your folks?
Well, let's just say I dropped out of school and my folks just dropped out on me. Yeah, I was trying to find me a jacket on the cheap, man. You know, I didn't count on it being so cold back east this early in the year, you know?
Yeah, there's some decent stuff on the racks inside.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Ivy, I'd be more than happy to make you one of these. I mean, in any color, of course.
Oh, well, that would be lovely, Grace.
Oh, Mrs. Abercrombie seems to need me. Excuse me.
Can you imagine me wanting one of those in my house, Pilar? Really, have you ever seen anything in such bad taste?
I wouldn't know anything about that, Mrs. Crane. But I do know that Grace is very well liked in Harmony.
Really?
Everyone loves her, and her Afghans they sell out in her shop. They're very cheerful in the wintertime. In fact, I can't imagine anyone saying anything bad about Grace Bennett.
Thanks for filling me in, Pilar.
Mrs. Crane, if I could say something else.
Of course.
It was very nice of you and Mr. Crane to come tonight, but I don't think anyone expects you to stay any longer.
Is that a hint for us to go, Pilar? Because I'm having far too good a time.
No, it's just that you have such a busy schedule tomorrow.
Pilar's right, darling. In fact, I tapped my watch quite a while ago, and you know perfectly well that's a signal for us to leave boring events like this. No offense, Pilar, I just have never known my wife to enjoy slumming quite so much.
If you'll excuse me.
Oh, Julian, how could you?
Oh, what grievous offense have I committed now?
Pilar may pretend not to mind that boorish comment, but I certainly do.
Now, please. You have to admit that this flea market is by far the tackiest affair we've ever been made to endure.
Harmony is still our town. We control or own most of it.
This little tirade wouldn't have anything to do with Ethan, would it?
So what if it does? Our son's future is tied to this town, and I want people to have a better opinion of him than they do of you or your father.
Please, stop it.
I will leave when I am good and ready. I still have a few things to accomplish here this evening.
And what, pray tell, would they be?
Grace, how long would it take you to make me one of those lovely Afghans?
Just what is she up to?
You do not want to know, Mr. Crane.
I can't turn off my feelings for Ethan like a water faucet. I have been in love with him ever since I can remember.
I know.
Sure. It started out as an immature crush with me clipping pictures of Ethan out of newspapers and magazines and putting them up on my bedroom walls.
Like he was a rock star or something.
But whenever Ethan would visit from boarding school, I used to wait by the front door for Mama to get home from work every day. The second she walked in, I used to pepper her with questions about what Ethan said that day, what he wore, what kind of food he liked, anything I could get her to tell me.
It just wasn't enough, was it?
That's why I made up fantasies about him and me. So, when I finally met him, face to face, after all those years of thinking about him night and day, I lost it and made a mess of everything.
Well, doesn't that tell you something, Teresa? Like it wasn't meant to be.
No! It tells me that my feelings for Ethan run really deep. And now that I've spent time with him, working, even laughing together, I can talk to him like a normal person, like I would anybody else. I'm not gonna go all crazy inside anymore and start spilling things all over him.
How do you know what you would do if you're around him on a regular basis?
I won't think of my feelings for Ethan. I'll concentrate on my job with his mother, my dream job. Not only can I use the paycheck, but it'll be a stepping stone to the lifestyle I've always wanted.
Forget that lifestyle.
Why should I? I have always wanted to be as wealthy as the Cranes. So I can't do it by marrying Ethan. I accept that he's in love with Gwen. But I can make the rest of my dream come true by working here in the mansion.
I have asked you, Teresa. Now I am begging you. Don't do it. Turn down this job.
Teresa, you know my girlfriend Gwen, and this is her good friend Whitney.
Of course, Whitney. Hi. Hello, Teresa.
Hi.
I never realized you were so pretty.
Oh, thank you. Well, I guess Ethan told you everything.
He did, yes. Must have been very disconcerting having everyone thinking that you were the stalker.
It was. I just want you to know how sorry I am for causing all those accidents to Ethan.
I told Teresa that was water under the bridge. Also, have you made your decision, Teresa?
Yes, I have. I accept, Ethan. I'd love to come back to work here.
Back to work? Here?
Yes, I asked Teresa if she would consider coming back to her old job. My mother's completely disorganized without her. She'll be thrilled, just as Gwen and I are.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Teresa. Everything seems to be working out for you.
I know, isn't it great? The last time I was in this house, I ran out the front door in tears thinking I'd never be allowed to set foot in here again.
It's amazing.
And now I'll be working for Ivy Crane again. It's like a fairy tale.
Yeah, it is in a way. But I think it might be best if we don't mention to my parents that Teresa was responsible for my accidents. I mean, my mother's very protective. It might just complicate things.
Of course. Whatever you say. Thanks again. I'll never be able to tell you how much this means to me. How could I be so stupid? How could I possibly think Miguel would give me an engagement ring? Oh, I'm sorry. I was so sure that ring was meant for me. I mean, when Miguel slipped it on my finger, all these pictures started going through my head, like what it would be like to marry him and live in a cute little house and have babies. We could be so happy. What was I thinking? Miguel would never give me a ring because he's already given his heart to Charity. I have no one. I'm gonna end up all alone.
Tell me about it.
Oh, thanks, Simone.
I mean, I feel bad for you, Kay. I really do. It's just that I can't help but think you set yourself up for this letdown. Who but you could think for a minute that Miguel could forget Charity?
But what makes her so special? You know? I mean, what does she have that I don't have except blonde hair?
It doesn't matter, Kay. Miguel went through fire, literally. Fire to save Charity's life. How could you think a ring he bought would be for anyone but Charity?
Because I sent him a telepathic message.
You don't have psychic powers, Kay. And you can't control anyone's life, much less Miguel and Charity's. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll stop breaking your own heart.
But it's not fair.
Face the facts, Kay. The minute Charity's out of the hospital, she and Miguel will be back together again. And you just might be a bridesmaid at your cousin's wedding to Miguel.
Over my dead body. You just don't understand, Simone. You've never been in love.
It's not like I don't want a boyfriend. How do I find him? It's not like he's gonna drop out of the sky or something.
You forgot your sandwiches.
Yo, I wish you hadn't done that, man. I only got enough money to buy me a jacket.
They're free. Hey, you shouldn't eat standing up.
Yo, what you telling me they free for? I mean, I saw how much they cost.
I thought that's why you walked away.
Nah. See, what it is I left L.A. to spur the moment, and I didn't bring enough cash. Yeah, I'll pay you back.
Forget it.
You're right. Your mom makes a good sandwich.
Don't all moms?
I don't know about that. I mean, even when I was living with my folks, I never remember seeing my mother in any type of kitchen. It was either fast food or scraps. It's mostly scraps. It's no big deal. Told me how to get by at an early age.
Must have been tough.
Yeah, but it would have been tougher if I didn't have my music.
You sang?
Some. Mostly I just write songs, and I had a shot at producing CDs.
Yeah, in L.A.?
Yeah, Tracks Music Studio.
Oh, I heard of them. They're big. Why'd you split?
Yeah, I just figured it was time to move on. Try my luck someplace else. I'm actually about to go to New York City pretty soon, you know? if I don't find what I'm looking for here.
I know the pattern looks tricky, but it really isn't once you get the hang of it.
Well, that's easy for you to say, Grace. I think I'll just stick to my flower arranging.
Oh, you should see Grace's flower arrangements. Are so professional looking.
Really? Is there anything you can't do, Grace?
Not if you ask her husband, Sam.
Sam, I saw how tense you got around Ivy Crane when that song was playing earlier. You okay?
Yeah, couldn't be better, TC.
Listen, Sam, I'm not asking for details. I know something happened between
Listen,
you.
forget it. I have. Ivy's just playing a game with me, all right? It's no big deal.
If you ladies would excuse me, I just remembered a phone call I have to make.
Of course.
I'll be okay, Simone.
I know, Kay. And it'll take time, but you'll see. There's life after Miguel Lopez Fitzgerald.
And not for me, there isn't. I'm not giving up on him, Simone. Tonight was just a minor setback.
What about Charity?
Well, sure, Miguel's got her on his brain right now, with just keeping him from realizing that I'm the girl for him. But you've forgotten about the subliminal messages I left on Charity's tape. Stay away from Miguel. Stay away from Miguel. Stay away. Even if Charity wakes up and recognizes Miguel, if my plan worked, she'll tell him to get lost. And once that happens, we know he'll be wearing that ring.
You're either crazy, a masochist, or both. You're only gonna get hurt again if you keep thinking things like that.
Well, thanks for trying to protect me, Simone, but like I said before, until you've been in love, you have no idea the extremes you'll go to for the boy that you love.
There's still limits, Kay.
No, not for true love. True love will make you do lots of things. Make you lie, cheat, even hurt and betray your own sister and family if you have to. You'll see.
Never. I'd never love a boy so much he'd come between me and my family.
What are you looking for in Harmony, Chad?
It's a good question.
Well, if it's friends, you came to the right place.
Yeah, I bet you got a lot of them, huh?
I'm lucky. My life's full of good people. One in particular. I just got her this.
It's your girlfriend, huh?
Not exactly. Not yet, anyway. See, the thing is, she's in the hospital.
Oh, she's sick?
It's a long story.
I can dig it. My life's full of long stories.
You know, I think I'm gonna call the hospital right now, see how she's doing. I'll see you around.
Maybe, but I ain't planning on staying long.
Good luck.
Thanks. You too. Yo, good luck to your girl, man.
Thanks a lot.
And, thanks for the sandwiches.
No problem.
You know, Eve, I can't stop thinking about Charity. Shouldn't she be awake by now?
No, not necessarily, Grace. She's been through a lot. Besides, the hospital knows to beat me the moment she wakes up, and there's no reason for any of us to be there before that.
Yeah, all right. I tell you the truth, I really would hate to leave before the Cranes do. I mean, it was so nice of them to stay here so long.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, they are much different than I expected. Especially Ivy. I mean, she seems so down to earth.
You're kidding.
Oh, really? I mean, she's even interested in the same things I am, like arts and crafts.
This is not the same Ivy Crane that I've read about all these years. And Grace, I hate to burst your bubble, but I have a feeling that after tonight, the Cranes aren't going to have anything more to do with any of us.
Where on earth is my wife?
I knew you'd find a way to sneak out for a moment, Sam. You always did hate crowds.
Depends on the crowd.
I'm surprised how much I like everyone here. Especially your marvelous wife.
Is that right?
Happy to finally meet her. I always knew the woman you'd marry would be very, very special. Although she's different than I expected. She's nice and warm and down to earth.
I know the game you're playing, Ivy.
Excuse me?
Grace is a wonderful woman.
So I've been told by just about everyone here.
Well, take their word for it. With Grace, what you see is what you get. She has no hidden agendas.
I never thought I did either.
Well, we all learn from experience that people aren't always what they seem to be. But Grace is. Don't play games with her.
What makes you think I'm going to...
Thank you for coming to the event, Mrs. Crane. It meant a lot to my wife. I'm sure we won't see you again until next year. And if we don't see you then, well, good luck.
Nice turnout. All for a very worthy cause. So have you found a tennis sponsor for that talented daughter of yours yet?
Thanks, Ethan.
Yeah, I thought you might enjoy my father's tennis album, since I hear you're such a great tennis player yourself.
Well, thanks. It's actually amazing because he has photos and clippings of practically every tennis champion I've ever heard of.
Yeah, that's my dad. He doesn't do anything halfway.
There's just one question I had. Do you know why my father's picture is in there?
Yeah, I didn't know it was.
Yeah, see, right here. With this old news clipping of a tennis championship he was in years ago.
It's a mystery to me. I didn't even know my father knew T.C. Russell. Well, maybe your dad knows what he's doing in here.
Maybe.
Well, thanks again, Ethan.
Thanks.
Please tell your mother I'll be ready to start back to work here tomorrow.
I sure will. And I can tell you right now, she can't wait. I'll see you to the door.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
I can't wait either, Whitney. Tomorrow seems so far away.
I think you are making a huge mistake coming back to work here.
I don't. What is it, Whitney?
Why is my father's picture in the Crane family photo album? I just don't get it.
Finally.
We're alone.
Not only that, my stalking episode is finally behind us.
Well, Teresa seems happy about that.
Yeah, she was, but I'm still gonna make it up to her.
It's just strange, Teresa, that's all. I never expected to see a picture of my father anywhere near the Crane mansion.
Well, your dad was probably an incredible tennis player when he was younger. I bet Julian Crane just admired him.
I guess so. I'll just have to ask him about it. He never really talks much about tournaments he played in when he was my age.
Maybe he's been in the mansion, played on the Crane courts.
Why wouldn't he have said anything about that?
I don't know. That's some house. I bet there's a lot of things those four walls could tell us if they could only talk. Secrets.
Secrets? Like what?
I don't know, but the Cranes must have them. Every family does.
The Cranes guard their privacy very closely, Teresa. They're not going to let any family secrets slip out to you.
It's not like I think I'm going to find out something terrible.
Then what?
Well, take Mrs. Crane. She's so worldly, so sophisticated. Was she always like that? What was she like at my age? What were her dreams? Did they all come true?
Why do you care?
Because I want to learn, and I think she'd have a lot to teach me. I'm going to be working very closely with her now. It'll give me a chance to find out everything I can about her. What's in her past, and especially, what are her secrets?
Waste of time and money. There's nothing here for me in Harmony.
I don't see Miguel. I hope he didn't leave.
You ought to be hoping you did. It'd save you from making a fool of yourself twice in one night.
I won't do that, Simone.
Yeah, well, just to make sure, let's get out of here. You don't need to see Miguel, and there's obviously no one around here for me.
For real, Jessica, you think Charity could be waking up? Maybe now that she's had a long rest, she'll finally remember who I am. Okay, bye.
No more stalling, Ivy. I won't put up with another minute of this godforsaken excuse for a night out in the town in Harmony. Watching grass grow is more exciting.
It's all right. Gave me a chance to lay the groundwork.
For what, for Ethan, you mean to establish himself with these locals?
Yes. I'd do anything for my son. I'm afraid we have to leave. Oh, so soon?
Yes. We have a previous engagement. We're already late.
But I'd like to thank you for making us feel so welcome. Oh, well, it was our pleasure. In fact, I'd like to repay your kindness. Why don't you all come to dinner tomorrow night?
All of us?
Dinner?
Tomorrow?
We would love
We
to.
can't.